Welcome back to What's Now. Chef Kelsey Nixon is a chef on BYUtv. She's bringing all of her favorite holiday recipes to us right now. So if you want to have some great food, great recipes for the holiday season, you want to tune in right now.
The holiday entertaining season is coming soon, and that means plenty of wholesome food to bring friends and family together. Joining us today is Chef Kelsey Nixon, who is teaming up with Borden Cheese to create mouth-watering recipes to impress our holiday guests. Chef Kelsey launched on the scene as a fan favorite on Food Network Star and is now the host of the popular Dinner Takes All on BYUtv. Chef, TV host, and mother Chef Kelsey is no stranger to the holiday frenzy and is here to share secrets to stress-free entertaining. Thanks for talking with us here in Park City, Utah.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
So why is food such an important part of the holiday season?
Well, you know, I recognize just how busy families get during this season, and that's one of the reasons I wanted to work with Borden Cheese, which is made up of a co-op of family-owned dairy farms all across America, to really set a new standard of entertaining and to embrace the gift of family this season. And what that looks like for me is sharing good recipes, good food, and gathering together all of those people that you love most around the holiday table.
So I feel like you have some pro tips for us to help us make holiday entertaining less stressful.
Yes. Now, one of the tips I swear by, especially if you're hosting, is to set the dinner table an entire day beforehand. I'm talking the linens, the napkins, the plates, everything, so that once your guests arrive, if you're frantically finishing up cooking in the kitchen, at least the table is set. Another tip I really like to put into place is to use recipes that you know are going to work. So for me, some of those tried and true recipes are things like my ooey gooey mac and cheese topped with bacon. I love this recipe, and particularly using the Borden sharp cheddar thick shred, because it's nearly 5 times larger than a traditional shred, which guarantees an super, super creamy, cheesy sauce. And as we know, that means goodness in every single bite.
Absolutely. I'm always tempted to make a new recipe when entertaining, so I probably should stop doing that.
Well, just make it this week, right? And then you'll know you'll be good to go for when the holidays come up.
There you go. And speaking of recipes, do you have a fun appetizer recipe for us?
Yes, this one's particularly fun. My kids go crazy for this. It's a split cheesy garlic bread. And what I've done is I've stuffed that Borden mozzarella shred right in between the center of this warm, crispy bread, topped it with melted butter, garlic, salt and pepper, a little pesto sauce. And then once this comes out of the oven, I like to serve it with a marinara. And it's so fun. It's almost like an interactive appetizer, and everyone fights over the cheesy pull as they dive right in.
And you recommend throwing a holiday brunch. Tell me about that.
Well, I love brunch, whether you're doing it for a party on its own or maybe you have guests that have stayed the night and you want to have something for them in the morning. Brunch is so great for food in the holidays, and I particularly like that you can make a lot of those recipes in advance. And so this strata is one of those. You could make it up to a full day in advance. It's a corn, cheddar, and jalapeno strata made with the Borden 4-cheese Mexican thick cut shred. And what's lovely about this is it's a traditional breakfast dish with the bread and the eggs, but yet we've changed up the flavor profile a little bit. So it's got a little bit of a kick, a little bit of spice, and I find that my guests just love it.
Oh, it sounds absolutely delicious. I think sometimes we tend to shoo the kids away when we're preparing for a holiday party, but how can we get them more involved?
Well, I've got 2 young kids at home, so that scenario is all too familiar for me, but I love my kids being in the kitchen, regardless of the stress that comes with that. One tip I've got is to have a designated kid job, so that when they inevitably come running in the kitchen while I'm trying to put things together, I know exactly what I'm going to have them do, whether that's sprinkling cheddar cheese on top of the mac and cheese, or tucking the mozzarella shreds in the pull-apart bread. Just having a job just for them. I also like to include them in the menu process so that as we're planning our holiday meal, I talk to them about the recipes so they feel like they've had some sort of part in it. And I find that helps also when these delicious recipes hit the table, they're ready to dive on in.
Oh, absolutely. Where can we get more information about all these great recipes?
You can find all of these recipes at bordencheese.com, and you can pick up the product at your local grocer.
Well, sounds great. I hope you have a wonderful holiday season, and I feel like we're kind of neighbors. You need to stop by Park City Television next time you're in town.
I'd love to. All right, happy holidays to you as well.
Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.